Story time, how I found out my friend slept with my crush. A little context before I get deep into the story. So I was friends with both him and this girl. And when it came to our friendship, we always were like, oh, it's so good that we're friends because we have completely different types, okay? She liked really scrawny, almost crackhead looking white guys. And I like myself a really tall, buff, full man. That's our type. Okay, now let's get into it. So one day, her and my other friend, they come over to my house and they're like, hey, like, let's just have some girl time. Let's kiki, let's talk. Like, cool. So once they come over, we start talking about each other's crushes, who we're dealing with at the moment, everything like that in between, right? While we're talking about crushes, I'm like, hey girl, you know that guy that we like both went to high school with and we both know like really well and stuff like that? Like, I just think he's so cute and we've been hanging out a lot more lately. So I feel like I'm gonna go for it and like really tell him that like I have a crush on him. And she was like, oh wow, that's like so great. You know, I could never cross that line with him because he's like a brother to me for real. And not even really a brother because we haven't known each other that long, but like, I just think he's just a really cool guy. And plus he had just got out of like a really long-term relationship. So we both were like, maybe not. But the way Mina was hanging out and talking, I was like, okay, I feel like we can get into it for real. And she was like, you know what, girl, you should totally do it. I was like, lit, all right? Never trust a hoe that call him her brother. Never. So after we had our little girls' night and we all told each other about our crushes, and she told me about hers too, which was a guy that she had already been on and off with for about like 3 years. So it was kind of like, all right, girl, that's not even your crush. That is literally your forever whatever, you know, boo. But it was cool. So then a couple days later, she texted me like, hey girl, can I come over? I want to talk to you. I have some big news. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, come over. Like, let's spill the tea with each other. So I'm all excited that she's about to come over and tell me whatever tea she got. I'm like, lit. So she comes over and I'm like, girl, what's the tea? Like, you're making me wait. She goes, I met with someone. Well, I slept with someone. And I was like, oh, okay, who'd you sleep with? What's the tea? What's going on? Okay, like, what's the hold up? Like, you can usually text me this, so what's up? She goes, I don't know, but I just want to let you know, like, I definitely just saved you, like, a bunch of time because it was, like, the worst sex ever. And I was like, what do you mean you saved me a bunch of time? Who the fuck did you sleep with? So then she goes, okay, don't, like, you know, like, don't be, like, mad or whatever, but I slept with him. And I was like, you slept with Oscar, bitch? That's not his real name. But I was like, you slept with Oscar? And she goes, yeah, like it was way smaller than I was expecting. And I cannot believe like we even slept together because I totally did not want to ruin our friendship. I don't know. I just slept with him. I was like, why would you sleep with him? She goes, oh, because I wanted to. I said, no. Why did you sleep with him knowing damn well I just told you not even like 2 days ago that I liked him, that I wanted to hook up with him and shit, that I wanted to tell him that I liked him? Like, why would you do that? And then why would you come to my house to tell me this information? Like, what the fuck? So then she goes, what do you mean? Like, we're friends. We always share this kind of stuff with each other. I said, no. We share each other's hookups and stuff like that. And we don't really care because it's fine and it's fun. And these are men that I've never met. And those are men that you've never met and shit like that. But girl, you went out your way to go sleep with the guy I just told you I liked. What the fuck? And you said you couldn't sleep with him because you two have been friends for so long, you just didn't see him that way. What happened? She goes, well, now I 100% don't see him that way because it was just so bad. She's like, I saved you so much time. I don't know what you're mad about. I'm like, girl, saving me time? Like, I've been wasting my time getting to know him and all this just for you to go ahead and sleep with him the second I tell you. Like, what the hell? I'm like, you gotta get out my house. She's like, well, I'm like, you have to get out my house because I don't even know if I can control myself right now. Like, it's not even about the whole man part of it or me liking or having a crush. It's the fact that I can't trust you anymore. But then she's so shocked. She's like, oh, you can't trust me? I'm like, why would I be able to trust you after this? I told you some simple information about me and you took it and ran all the way with it and then tried to come here and be like, I did you a favor. You didn't do me a favor by sleeping with this man. You just slept with him. That's your body count, baby. That has nothing to do with me. And she knows too that I had a best friend. Well, she wasn't my best friend, but I had a best friend who had also slept with my ex-boyfriend. So I was not... But hold on, y'all. This gets worse. So I don't hear from her for a while. You know, she's giving me some time to cool off because I'm heated. And when it came to him, obviously I couldn't say anything. I couldn't be like, oh, why did you sleep with her or anything like that because he's not my boyfriend. He's not my man. So how can I walk up to him being all mad about him sleeping with somebody when he can do whatever he wants? You know, it's his life. It is what it is. I'm like, she was my friend. So it was up to her to not do something like that, you know, I already experienced something like that before. So it just made me feel like I couldn't trust her anymore. About 2 months later, I get a message from her. So apparently her and Mr. did not use protection. This girl It's literally crazy. And this is where I was like, oh my God, I've never noticed it before. Like, she was like my kooky friend, but I didn't realize she was this cooked until I read this message. Girl, she got pregnant, okay? She was pregnant by this man. And I was like, oh my God. Where she goes, I just need to talk to somebody about it. Like, there's no one to help me. I just need help. And I'm like, you are pregnant by him? Are you serious right now? She's like, yeah, I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. But like, I've always wanted to have a baby young. So I think I'm going to keep it. And I was like, girl, mind you, okay? She was an avid drug user. And not in like the, oh, I occasionally smoke, do a little gardening. And she was really throwing them hoes back. So I was like, how could you, I said, are you going to be able to stay sober for 9 full months? Like, do you think you have the skills to do that? She goes, I already stopped eating sushi and I already stopped drinking. What's that drink called? Arizona? No. She said, I already stopped drinking Monster and all that stuff. I said, girl, that's not enough. That's not enough. You're not in therapy. You're not consistent. And you have no job and no money. You have no room to take care of this baby right now. You're tripping. Like, you're actually tweaking right now. I can't. But then it gets worse. So I'm like, okay, hopefully this girl's gonna take my advice. But then suddenly I get a random phone call out of nowhere. You won't believe what she asked me. She literally asked me if I could raise the baby with her. I could not be more shocked and flabbergasted. So she asked me if I would raise the kid with her. And I was like, no, what the heck do you mean raise it with you? Like, girl, no. And she's like, well, my dad doesn't want to raise it with me. My siblings don't want to raise it with me. Like, I just need somebody to help me. And I feel like you'd be really good at it since you have so many siblings. And I was like, girl, I'm young. I wasn't even in school yet. I'm like, I have so many things I have to do. I can't stop my life to raise a baby with you for the guy that you slept with that I didn't want you to sleep with in the first place. What the hell? So I go also, I said, did you even tell him that you were pregnant? She's like, yeah, I did. And he ghosted me. I was like, sweetheart, I don't want to tell you what to do with your body, but you cannot tell me what to do with my life. Like, this is a no. Like, I'm sorry, but no. Like, I can't help you raise this kid. Of course, I feel bad for her. You know what I mean? That's a really tough situation to be in, but the girl put herself in that situation trying to do, I don't even know what. But you know what, though? It's pretty common. I found out that a lot of women do this to a lot of other women. And I'm so sorry to everybody this ever happened to, where like you thought you had a trusted friend and then they just for some reason decide that the PP is more important than your friendship. I apologize. And that really freaking sucks. And I'm sorry that happened to you too. And that's how I found out my friend slept with my crush. Peace out, you guys. I'll see you in the next story time. Love you lots. Bye. Hit the follow for more story times.